a translation like that, it almost kind of changes the meaning because of the fact that we're not first century Jews listening to Jesus on a hilltop side, right? And so fast forward 2,000 years later, and that word today, when we think of someone being poor in spirit, it's kind of, well, they're sad or they're discouraged or they're going through something or whatever the case may be. But that's not actually what the term poor in spirit meant 2,000 years ago on that hillside to first century Jews. In fact, when Jesus made the statement, blessed are the poor in spirit, or blessed are the poor, really what the New Living Translation, how we first read it, as summarizes it best, is it's those who realize their need for God, who realize that God is their source and supply. When Jesus said poor in spirit, he's referring to those who may be materially poor or struggling financially, but realize that God was their hope and their refuge. That's what God is saying, or what Jesus is saying, that these people are the ones that God looks on and says, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of her. But then Jesus goes even further to say that in the midst of all of that, if you operate in this attitude in life, realizing that your source and supply comes from God and God alone, not only is God proud of you, but then he goes on to say that the kingdom of heaven, a place where they use gold as asphalt, the kingdom of heaven actually belongs to you. You that have that attitude are who the kingdom of heaven was made for, because we orient ourselves in such a way where we realize that everything that we have comes from God.